What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing this morning? Hello, good morning. Let me get this together. Uh, I'm listen. I don't. I'm gonna have to change what I always say. Instead of saying I'm not gonna be on long, I don't want to be on long. I'm going to try not to be on long. I got to start changing that because it just cracks my wife the hell up. So, um, let me get this together because yo, we need to have a serious conversation. Now, I just did something for fun last night, and it wound up being like we need to have a talk. you know, um, when we growing up, when we growing up, the best thing, and I'm not, I ain't nobody to tell nobody how to do no parenting, right? But I think one of the best things in the world is to tell your kids like teach them about uh relations when they get in a I cannot fix this. When they get in a relationship, they need to talk about, or when your kid is getting older and they start getting curious about, you know what I'm saying, relations. And some of us as parents, we scared to talk to our kids. Good morning, everybody. Guava, guava. We scared to talk to our kids about having relations with. I'm sorry about this, y'all. I'm really, this is tripping me out. My phone is stuck. But we're gonna just have to let it ride. We're gonna have to let it ride. Uh we have trouble talking to our kids about relations because it's such a I don't want to use that word. I was about to say such a sticky conversation. It's it's such a difficult, intricate conversation to be had, and you don't want to mess up. You don't want to uh, go in there half cocked. And all the words I'm using is wrong, ain't it? You don't want to give them no bad information, and then what it does, it makes you go back, and before you open your mouth while this kid is staring up at you like this, it makes you reflect on yourself and some of the mistakes that you have done in relations. So before you open your mouth to tell your kid what's best for them and what they should do, you should wear protection, yada, 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 you kind of gotta watch your mouth because you are the parent. And at the same time, with the knowledge that you giving your child, that child is going to have questions that you won't have answers for. You'll have answers for them. You will definitely have answers for them. The problem is, would you be willing to answer them, right? Because the answers, the real, true answers to the questions that your kid's about to ask you, you don't want to tell them the whole truth. But you said, look, we're gonna come into this conversation with no lies whatsoever, right? So the first thing you do is tell a whole bunch of lies about what you did and what you didn't do. With that being said, I'm treading lightly on what's about to be said today. And what I should have done, I should have did a StreamYard on this. And what we're going to have to do is come and revisit this on StreamYard because I need to hear other opinions. I put out a poll yesterday. I put out a poll just for fun, for me. Because listen, because I'm in a situation, just to let you know and be transparent, the poll that I put up, go look on the community post and vote if you want to. The community post, thank you, Resilient Dad. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. The community post that I put up yesterday was my own situation. Now, I was actually giving you guys a piece of me. So I'm in a process of buying an extra piece of land adjacent to my land so I can have more land. Problem is, I need that cash. I need that green. I need to work it up. Or, because I don't want to go to the bank. I could go to the bank. I don't want to go to the bank. I don't want to start that all over. That's why we leaving here. I don't want to do nothing else with the bank. So the question was, for everybody wondering, if you could only keep one, you could do this. Trust me, it's going to be more of these polls because you can do this all throughout your house. Everybody can. If you could only keep one, which one would it be? And I named off a couple of, all I'm going to say is, I'm trying to think of words so I don't get knocked. Forms of protection. And no, this didn't have nothing to do with the conversation we started with. That was an example, not those forms of protection. Protecting your land. And what scared me, and the only reason I'm going live right now, I woke up and started reading the answers in the comments. It wasn't that many comments. It was a lot of votes. As a matter of fact, let me look and I can show you the votes. It was actually, let me get this together because it scared the crumbs out of me, man. Okay, I'm just gonna name off the names. Y'all already know what it is, all right? If you don't know what it is, matter of fact, that's why we're going live right now. Benelli, if I can only keep one, this is some of the things I have in my collection. Benelli M4, Beretta 1301, Remington TAC 13, Mossberg 940 Tactical. This is what scared me. Not the answers. I didn't even care about most people pick Mossberg. They would keep the Mossberg 940 Pro Tactical. That's not what scared me, which that should have scared me. 46% of everybody that answered, now I can't remember, it was 389 votes. 389 votes. 46% of all people that voted said get rid of the Benelli M4, get rid of the Beretta 1301, get rid of the Remington TAC 13, and keep the Mossberg 940 Pro Tactical. If everybody is like, I don't even know what that is, so I'm about to check off. Wait a minute before you leave, because this is for you. This ain't for the people that know what I'm talking about. This is for the people that don't know what I'm talking about. This is for the people that don't know. I'm speaking a whole nother language to them when I say these names. Benelli M4, Beretta 1301, Remington TAC 13, and Mossberg Resilient Dad said, where's the Shockwave? Well, see, that none of the Shockwave, Mossberg Shockwave don't even fit in that category. Now, I have that one, but that one don't even fit in that category. The closest thing to that Mossberg Shockwave is that Remington TAC 13, but that's far beyond, okay? So, I'm not here to bash one or the other, one brand or the other, because I know everybody is not enthusiasts. I know everybody aren't collectors, and I know everybody are not 100%, fluent in the terminology. So I'm going to break this down all the way to the last compound. What these are forms of protection. They are high-priced forms of protection. That's the thing. They're expensive forms of protection. And they are all my favorites. But here's my problem. The one that I would keep, I'm going to keep it real with you. And it's a toss-up between the Beretta 1301 and the Benelli M4. It's a toss-up. That's how much I love them both, okay? Now, here's the thing. Beretta 1301 is incredible, but it's not time tested. It's not time proven. The Benelli M4 has been in the military and police forever, and it's been drilled into the ground. Here's my dilemma for me. Okay, stick with me. My dilemma is, and this is, remember, this is for everybody that don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so you might want to stick around. My dilemma is, I would personally keep the Benelli M4. But at the same time, the Benelli M4 is worth more than all of them. So the return rate that I would get on the Benelli M4, I would get all that money back. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm having a problem. But again, that's neither here nor there. We ain't going to talk about that. What we're here to talk about is the people in the comment section said, I have no idea what any of those are. I had some comments say, are those cars? I woke up laughing. I almost spit my coffee out. Somebody said, I don't know what any of them are, so I'm gonna sell them all so I can get my land. That's where we are this morning. That's where we are today. Okay. Yeah, no, you won't. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. And the reason I say that is this. If you don't know what, I gave you 4 choices. Family, ladies, gentlemen, if you don't know what any of those are, you're already starting out on the wrong foot. I didn't say you have to have it in your house. I didn't say you had to be accurate with them. I didn't say you had to be Rambo with them. I said it's a good idea that you research and educate yourself on at least one of those, okay? Because everybody is talking about buying land and getting land and don't know what those words mean. You're going to have a problem. You're going to have a serious issue, okay? Because these are forms of protecting your land. These are forms of protecting your land. And this is one of the ones that you can still walk around with this day. You can have this with you and nobody going to put you in the news headline about it because they say, what do they call it? Weapons of mass destruction or what do they always call ARs? Something ridiculous. I forget what they call AR. Somebody tell me. It's something ridiculous. They make the AR look and sound assault rifles, right? Assault rifles. Assault rifles. Yeah, that kills me. That's how dumb it is that it never even stick in my mind. Just because they look different than a 12 gauge or a Henry lever action, just because they look different, they think they hurt people different or they do different kind of damage for some reason. So anyway, if you guys don't know what these names mean, you really need to educate yourself. If you're a landowner or if you are in the process of purchasing land, you really listen. I'm going to stop this right now. I'm going to ask everybody, how many people know my friend, Regular Gun Guy? Anybody? Please raise your hand. Say their name if you know these people. Regular Gun Guy on his channel. Here, I'm talking about people here on YouTube. Regular Gun Guy. Say Regular Gun Guy if you know Regular Gun Guy. If you know all of these names, put all their names in the chat. My Fly Family. Billy over at My Fly Family, Erica at Erica My Fly Family. Do you know Fat Guy with Guns? If you guys know him, put their name in the chat. Okay. Do you know Twister? Yes, Twister, the rapper. Yes. Okay, at Gun Camp. Do you know? Okay. Do you know Black Rambo? Have you heard of Black Rambo? Okay. Do anybody know Yoki Stirrup? Yoki Stirrup, put their names in the chat if you know them. Put their names in the chat. Do you know Lady Wick? If you know Lady Wick, put her name in the chat. If you know them all, put all their names, write all their names in the chat. If you do not know any of these people, please go back and read the comment section when this video is over, and you need to go check out each and every one of them. Please. Please. Oh, I'm sorry. How can I forget my dear friend? Because she changed her name. Give me a second. Triple Threat Firearms and Training. Thank you, Erica, my fly family. Put everybody's name in the chat. Everybody that I just named for me, please. These are friends that I know personally, so it ain't that I'm leaving nobody out. I just know these people. I've spoke with them personally on a personal basis, so I'm not dissing nobody. It's just these are the people I know, okay? Triple Threat Firearms and Training. She is a trainer. And if I'm not mistaken, Lady Wick just got her training license as well. If I'm wrong, please correct me. All right, you guys, because this is where the two-way community and the gardening community, homesteading, all of this come together. You cannot have one without the other. You can't. I don't. People keep saying I don't believe in that, but I'm telling you, I live here in a neighborhood, okay? I live right here in a regular old suburban neighborhood. And I've had people walk through my yard. I've had people walk through my yard and steal stuff. And the only reason I haven't posted all of those, now anybody been rocking with me for at least 5 years, y'all know how many times I've posted people either going in my car, walking through my yard, looking through my shed, wiggling my doorknob. Y'all know that already. And y'all know that I dealt with that situation. There's some videos I had to take down because it got, YouTube had changed. They was like, you can't be showing it. Y'all know about that. If you know me from over 5 years ago, you know why they called me Lead Farmer, and I wasn't scared to show it on here. Okay, now YouTube like, nah, you can't be showing that. So here's the thing. If you're not ready to protect yourself, if you're not ready to protect yourself, pick up arms and protect yourself. You may want to rethink becoming a landowner. How many people are in the process of buying land right now? Or it's on your list. How many people are in the process of buying land? If you are, or let's say even if you're dreaming of land, how many acres would you like? Let's be realistic. Let's be financially realistic here. This is a realistic, like the title said, a realistic chat today. Realistic, because I got a lot of unrealistic stuff going on here. Okay, we got 20 acres, at least 5 acres. That stuff is very, very financially realistic. And I can't say nothing about your financial situation, whether it's realistic or not. I'm talking about just for the universally, people pretty much can this is feasible. Okay, 20 acres. All right, at least 10 acres. I'm loving these numbers. 1 to 5 acres, 5 acres. Incredible. 10 to 20 acres, 2 acres. All right. 8 acres, 10 acres. All right. Thank you, everybody, for putting them numbers up. Now, the reason I asked y'all, realistically, how many acres of land are you looking for? The reason I asked you that is, do you have any idea? Do you have any idea how big 10 acres is? Do you have any idea how big 20 acres is? I'm talking about visually. I'm talking about walking your body, walking the perimeter around 10 acres or 20 acres. Do you have any clue? Do you have any clue how freaking huge that is? An acre is roughly, let's put, I'll need to put this in your mind so I can get my point across. An acre is roughly the size of a football field. If you ever played football or any sports in high school, because even track, they ran around the football stadium, they ran around the football field, you know how long it took you to run as fast as you can from this side of the track all the way around the other side of the track. I don't care how fast you were. You came back breathing. Now, imagine that's 1 acre. 1. Now you got 10 of those, 10 football fields. If you wanted 20 acres, that is 20 football fields. So if you ran track in high school, and even if you didn't run track during gym, they did make us run around that track. Whether you was a track star or not, you still had to run it to pass some of the tests. We all know what that felt like. I don't care if you was in good health or not. We all know what that felt like. That wasn't no punk running around that football field. Okay. If you played football, I ain't even got to tell you it ain't no punk. And you just running straight down at full blast. Okay. That's my point. 10 acres is 10 of those. So get this, family. My question to you is right here. This is 2 acres that I live on at this house. So across that creek is mine too. I just don't never go over there unless I'm in a boat. That's mine. All of this land between these 2 neighbors' houses is mine. This is 2 acres, and you rarely see me. Matter of fact, I can count on one hand how many times I've been across that creek. I want to say 3 times. 1 when I first bought the house, and 2 other times I was curious, and I think I had seen enough. That's a whole nother acre over there. Okay. I had a friend ask me how many acres do I have, and my close dear family, my friend, asked me how many acres did we purchase, and I explained to him this. Now, if you're from Toledo, Ohio, you know what this is. I said from Door and Upton to Upton and Bancroft to Bancroft and Parkside and Door. I told him that. You can do the math on your own. So my entire neighborhood, the entire neighborhood I grew up in is now my land. I need you to put this into perspective. The entire neighborhood, all my stomping grounds growing up as a child and a young teenager, 2 of my schools was in that exact perimeter. My high school, my elementary school was in that perimeter. Now I own that much land, where my entire neighborhood and all the people I grew up with living in those blocks. There is no way in piping hot hell you can defend or protect yourself without any form of protection. Not no knife, not no machete, not no baseball bat, not no tire thumper. You're not going to protect yourself with that. Imagine this. Let's just talk about 1 acre. Let's talk about one football field. If you on one end of the football field, let's act like we're in the bleachers. Can you stop the people coming in running on the field, streaking the field? If you way over there, think about that. When people go streak the football field buck naked, with body paint on, the security guards is way at the whole other entrance, and they know that. The whole other entrance is the security guard. The streakers is coming in from this side. By the time the security guards, remember, they have no weapons, but by the time the security guards catch the streaker just made it 2/3 way across the whole football field. Now imagine you're the security guard and this is your land. You're the security guard, this is your land. Now imagine this is a deadly situation. This ain't just a crazy streaker trying to get attention. This is somebody that's trying to get you and your family and take everything you have. Remember, we're on the football field. That football field is your land. If you are waiting to engage your enemy all the way up until they breach your basic neighborhood size yard perimeter, you already in trouble, because the first thing you thinking wrong is it's just one person. That one person just breached 2/3 of your land to get to you on 1 acre. On 1 acre. You need to be able to, you can see the enemy at the whole other end of your land, right? You need to engage him right there. You can look through your scope and see they're coming with no good intentions whatsoever. You can shout out, no trespassing, get out of here, and then you can engage your target from a distance. If you wait till they up on you, you thinking it's just one. You can pick off more people from a distance than you can when they all on top of you. So I'm just here to let you guys know, everybody that commented on that community post made me nervous because I just didn't have, I put the post up with the thoughts of, I think everybody should know, should at least know what this stuff is, you know. Now, if it's because I know I erased one comment where somebody said something to somebody else. If we supposed to know this, then you should know it. It was some kind of hair care products or makeup products. That stuff is not going to save your life. That's probably a save your date. Okay, it'll save your date night, but it won't save your life. That's why we ain't too worried about maybe it's Maybelline or not, because maybe it is, maybe it ain't. Either way, I'm good. These products that I'm telling y'all about now, I am no affiliation to them, and I'm gonna name them again: Benelli M4, Beretta 1301, Remington TAC 13 V3, and Mossberg 940 Pro Tactical. I had to put those back out there because, hey, yo, you need to do a little research on that. If you're in the mood to buy some land, you cannot protect everything like the good old days. Come out there with your good old lucky baseball bat. You just look at the world we in right now. Look at the world that we in right now. When I was growing up, if I would have seen a firearm, if somebody pulled out a firearm, I'd have, oh my God, where did you get that? Man, what you got that for? When I was a kid, we would have been like, man, what you got that for? Yeah, man, this is my daddy's, man. This so nobody mess with us. Man, get away from me with that. Because all it meant to me is we going to prison. Okay. It was rare to see somebody with a firearm. Today, if you don't know what any of those brand names that I mentioned in that community post, I can guarantee you one thing. You're probably one of the only ones walking around your city without one on their hip. That is dangerous for you. That is dangerous for you. In the old West, you would end up being that dude that when it's high noon is coming, you ain't gonna stand there and watch. You the one that jump in the barrel and put the lid on. You know, go back into the saloon and pull the windows down and close the shutters and stuff. You was that dude that dived into the horse drinking barrel right before they about to shoot. You don't want to be that dude. You don't want to be him. Right now, let's be honest. Let me put it to you in perspective like this. I need everybody to do a little bit of research for me. Go to any firearm store you want to, anyone you want to in your city, state, town, whatever. Even the ones that don't allow your restrictions are really stiff, like Chicago, New York, California. It don't matter, especially them check. Ask them how many Glocks have they sold this year so far, just in that one store. Glocks, how many have they sold in this store alone? That's one brand, one. So I'm gonna give you a cheat sheet. Ask for how many Glock 19s have you sold. It don't matter. Glock 19, how many in this year alone? And I'm gonna tell you the statistics. It's staggering to know how many people walking around you and you don't even know got something on their hip. What's up, B Rich? Thank you, brother. Say, what's up, Larry? Before y'all purchase these tools, go try them. Got to get the right fit of shoes to wear. Exactly. You will be surprised. Some of y'all fellas, y'all be looking at that girl like, oh, she got a fatty. Yo, do you ever look at one of them cheeks and it's a little kind of cockeyed or lumpy? That's because, man, that ain't all 100% cheek meat. You know, she might have a Glock 43 on that hip. Just because she got on spandex don't mean nothing. Go look at Lady Wick. Lady Wick be having a Glock 19 right here. I don't know how she do it. Go look. Go look. She got one video. She pulled her whole shirt up and just pull. How did she? Did she just pull a SIG 320? Go look. That ain't all cheek meat. That ain't all cleavage. That might be her red dot. You don't know. Trust and believe it. You don't know how many people walking around you. You the only one. You the only one walking around unprotected. Trust and believe that. I ain't telling nobody no to break no rules, no laws or regulations in your city, state, or town or municipality. I'm just telling you the facts. You may be the only one walking around unprotected. Okay? So, do you get what I'm saying? Why it kind of jarred me so much? Because of some of the questions was like, what are those? What? Please go look them up. Because if you're gonna be purchasing some land soon, or even if you own some already, you ain't gotta tell nobody. You know, my wife always talk about some of the stuff she wear and stuff. You know what? Lord help me. I listen to a point. You know, I listen. I'm not going to say I don't care, because I do. I love my baby. I love my wife. It ain't that I don't care. Just like I be rattling off about what I'm talking about now, and she listens, but she ain't here with me. You know, we ain't there. But I pay attention because I need to know everything about her, just in case. Just in case this conversation come back up. Remember that time I was telling you I wanted that Maybelline orange blush on the, and I could be like, oh yeah, I think I liked that one, right? Yeah, no, I didn't. That's the one I didn't like. I still remembered the name and I knew it was makeup. How I felt about it at the time, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. You know, she pretty to me without anything. I like her. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. I like my wife with no makeup on. Maybe it's the hood in me. No makeup, hair messed up. I like it that way. It's the hood in me. Sue me about it. You know, holy sock, I don't care. That's what I like. Okay. So we need to pay attention to some things that's important and can be life altering, because that could have been life altering if I don't know what this certain, if I don't know that you're talking about makeup. She could be like, you didn't listen to me? I was talking for like an hour and a half about this. You didn't hear nothing? Oh, that's how you feel about it, huh? See, fellas, come on now. Gentlemen, you know good and well you don't want to start that conversation. Men, stand up. We know we don't want to start that conversation. Oh, so you didn't hear a word I was saying the whole time. I was telling you how passionate I was, and that was my dream all my life, ever since I had my first Barbie doll, to own this kind of makeup because it came with my first Barbie set. And you better remember some of that, bro. You better remember some of it. I didn't say you got to download it, okay, and put it on repeat while you driving to work. I'm just saying you better remember some of it. It was something about a Barbie, some makeup, Barbie, your first doll, and you wanted some. Yeah, you remember. See how I got out of that? I didn't have to go into detail. You got to remember some of it. So ladies, gentlemen, when people is talking about ways to protect your life, because to me remembering that form of makeup, Maybelline, shoes, whatever, that saved my life, because I ain't got to go fussing and going to sleep like, oh, you still mad? You mad over some makeup? I don't even like makeup no way. I don't even like you on with makeup. But I like it. See? What if I like it? See, it's always about you, ain't it? See that? I just dug that deeper, didn't you? Can't win. So it's best to just remember some of the important things. That's one of them. Man, it's certain things in my life. I promise you, I tell my wife this all the time. I say this. I got a head full of useless information. Sometimes I wish I could download some of this on a jump drive to save space for some slicker stuff that I believe I really need to know. You know, the good thing is the information I got in my head that I feel is useless, I always need it one day or another. I do, for some reason. Information, something. Like remembering about that Barbie doll makeup, the whole scenario. It's in there. Now that's taking up a lot of gigabytes that I could be using on something way more. I ain't gonna say more important because that'll get me. Scriptures. That way, she probably watching this. I could download more scriptures and remember them word for word, line for line. So, see how I just did that? Clean that up. See, I keep a mop with me, son, and I mop the deck like a sailor. I keep a mop with me. So, how many people do not know what a Remington TAC 13 is? Let's get in here. Let's get in here. Okay. Free G says, download that information. I wish I could pull this up. Download that information and pass it on. The question is, are people uploading? Shauna. You know what? I never liked the word swab the deck. I heard that used wrong in my younger year. And I've never been able to really put that into a serious conversation. I don't know. I heard somebody say swab the deck, and I never wanted to say that again. This probably was my first time saying that since I was about 15, 16 years old. I'm sorry. I know it means something completely different. I just wish the first time I heard it wasn't in such weird context. Okay. Let me see. Every home needs a pump legally. I agree. If anybody ever asks me which one should be your very first firearm that you ever, if you was on the fence and you don't know what to get, I promise you, I would tell you the first thing you need to go get is cheap. You can buy them anywhere. It's going to be a Mossberg 500 or let me get this back right. Come on, y'all. My brain, I told you I got gigabytes taking it up. Mossberg, the cheapest Mossberg is the, golly, help me. Erica, my fly family, help me. The cheapest, you can get this sucker at Wally World. And I got one. That's the bad part. You like the 590? Yeah, but I'm talking about as cheap as it go. It's a Mossberg. The Maverick 88. Thank you. I could not. I think everybody, if you are on thing, who said that? Who said that? Mitten State Media. Thank you. Thank you. Guava. I think everybody, matter of fact, they're so cheap, even still to this day. You used to be able to buy a Maverick 88 for like $88 all day long, just a few years ago. They're still not expensive. So what somebody said, the Maverick 88 is like $250-ish now. Good God, really? Jeez. You get that thing under $100 not too long ago, right? So I'm going to say 6 years ago, let's say 8 years ago, okay, you can still get it under $100. But I would really, if somebody asks me, from my own experience, I would say everybody needs that Maverick 88 or Mossberg 500 or Mossberg 590 because they're all inexpensive. They're all manageable. Ammo is easy to find. Ammo is easy to reload. You can put anything in them. You could turn a 12 gauge into a 9mm if you got the right stuff. I wish I could show y'all my kit. You could turn that 12 gauge in anything. Okay. So if you ask me, if I've heard people ask me before and I didn't want to mess with it, so I'm universally saying, if it was me, all of my children, adult children, you got to be careful with your words these days. All of my adult children were gifted Mossberg 500s or Maverick 88s. Okay. Because that's how much I trust the name. I trust, and that's reliable. That's reliability to me, where I would give it to my own children, adult children. Got to say that. So if you wondering, should you get one? I'm not saying you got to go out duck hunting and hunting deer, because some people don't want to hear that. I get it. But I'm telling you, you need one of them in the closet somewhere, okay? However you keep it safe, whatever you do. Somebody said don't overlook a 20 gauge. Ladies and people with, not just ladies. I hate when people do that. Because there's some ladies out there to put me to shame. Lady Wick, Yoki Stirrup, they put me to shame, right? So I ain't even gonna say ladies like that. I'm gonna say people that don't know much about firearms, or people with weak wrists, weak arms, can't hold up nothing heavy. A 20 gauge, can't take force that much. A 20 gauge, yeah, you right about that. Who said that, matter of fact? Who said that? Man, why your name is this, man? Bruh, sorry, man. That name, man. I wanted to give you props too, but I'm not gonna say your name. Good, jeez. Catherine Peterson, mandatory gun ownership law in Kennesaw. I lived in Kennesaw, Georgia. Yes, and I've stated this before. Caused the town's crime rate to plummet. Listen to this. In me, me and Lady Led and my oldest two lived in Kennesaw, Georgia for like 4 years, something like that. Let me tell you, 3 years. Let me tell you something. The law is still on the books to this very day. If you know anything about Kennesaw, Georgia, if you don't, please go look at it. The law on the books, Kennesaw, Georgia, states every person has to own a firearm. Can you believe it? If the police really wanted to mess with you, like they can't find nothing on you. If they sat there and said, "Where's your firearm?" "I don't own no firearm." "Put your hands behind your back." "Put your hands behind your back." "You have the right to remain silent." They can actually get you for that. It's to this day. If they wanted to. I don't know how it would stick in court, but if you were somebody they was really watching and they really wanted a piece of you, they could use that little loophole on you in Kennesaw, Georgia. Soon as you cross the line into Marietta, you better figure out what you about to do with that firearm. I'm just saying, okay? You go too far north up into I ain't gonna say that one, but you don't do it. Don't do it. So please look that up. That's a little bit of information. And frankly, no, I ain't gonna talk about my beliefs. I think it's a good idea. That's all I'm gonna say. I think it's a good idea. I think everybody, with all the dumb laws we got on the books, come on. We got some dumb laws on the books. So that's not a dumb law. That if you think it's dumb, add it to the books then. All across the country, if you ask me. If you think would be a dumb law, let's pick another dumb law and just, measure them side by side. It ain't no dumber than this one. Okay? Because honestly, that jaywalking thing, cut it out. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? You can look, I'm be honest with you, dude. Your tail light is busted. Man, cut it out, man. You know how many people done been removed from this earth because they had a busted tail light? We ain't gonna go there. Okay, let's stay on task before we go, because I'm about to get off. Do anybody have any questions? I'm gonna do my best to try to answer. Anybody got any questions for me on this situation of ownership, of protection and learning firearms a little bit, at least be knowledgeable? I've read the book, the Kama Sutra. I read some of 50 Shades of Grey until I threw up. I never went any further than like page 5 or something. Okay. I read the Kama Sutra and I read a little bit of 50 Shades of Grey. I'll never do 99.9 of that. Okay, I'm keeping it frank with you. All right, I'm old. I ain't that limber. I ain't that loose. So I'm gonna tell you this. Even though I'll never engage in or I won't engage in a lot of that stuff, it's just good to know. That's that other piece of useful information I got in here. It's just good to know. It's just good information. You just never know, Listen, to me, owning a firearm or just knowing about firearms is just like that Kama Sutra book, right? It's like, to me, knowing how to tie knots, different kinds of knots. You're like, why did you buy 3 books on how to tie knots and learn all of those knots? What are you doing? Who are you trying to tie up? Nobody. It's just a good idea. You just don't know. You never know when you're going to need a good knot. You know what I'm saying? Fishing or, for the people that just encroached on your land. You don't know when you're gonna need these knots. You know, I done seen it on TV a many times. Somebody was like, ah, and get loose. So you understand what I'm saying. So any questions? Do non-lethal options count? Okay, I've been taught several things. And I'm gonna touch on this and I'm gonna come back. Recommended a Glock 19 first firearm. Would you still recommend it? I'm not gonna go there. If you didn't, I'm not gonna go there. I already stated what I was stating. I think everybody can handle that situation. I'm not gonna go there right now. Okay. Now, is non-lethal a good idea? I can only talk about the training that I've had. What if you're a felon? That's your business. That's none of my concern. I can't. What if you're a felon? That's your business. I have no input on that. Like, why are you a felon? That's the question we should ask, right? See, that's ridiculous. Why would you say that? Because you could have came up with a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Non-lethal. No, I wouldn't use a crossbow. I wouldn't use a crossbow, and I have several of them, and y'all have seen me with them. Is because, do you know what it takes to cock a crossbow? You need the rope to pull the crossbow back. Those mini crossbows that you can hand cock are so inaccurate. And then that means you got to have a fistful of miniature bolts in your hand. I'm talking about protection, not hunting. It's a difference. Crossbows for me is for hunting only. That Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon bull crap. Miss me with that, y'all. You know one thing on The Walking Dead. Think about this. If you watch The Walking Dead, have you ever noticed you never see Daryl Dixon cock that doggone crossbow? Never. You just see him keep shooting it. How many people watched The Walking Dead back in the day and saw he just pew, pew, pew? I always was like, yeah, it's dope and all, but it's about 40 zombies about to bite him on the throat. Where is he getting all these bolts from to keep reloading? And how is he pulling that thing back? You're not doing it with your hands, Daryl. You ain't doing it. If you can pull it back with your hands, it probably will not penetrate. So I'm just saying, I know I got them crossbows. I know about them. If you can pull it back with your hand, it probably ain't gonna penetrate a squirrel. Okay. So is lethal an option? The way I've been trained, when I was trained, see, all the rest of my life, no, that was just a no in the first place. But being trained, here's my non-lethal. This is my only non-lethal situation. That's all I can say about that. If you have to engage the enemy, if I have to engage the enemy, that means I feel that my life is being threatened. See how I was talking about earlier? You got to watch what you say when you're saying something. When you talk to your kids about, if you're trying to attack me and my family, I lightweight don't want you to be around no more. I don't want to have to. Let me give you a scenario. Let me give you a scenario. Somebody in a situation, this is somebody that I know. Somebody I know was in a similar situation and took a lesser lethal option, right? Let's say they had a toothpick. So when they picked the aggressor's tooth, one time, that wasn't enough. The aggressor still had meat in his tooth, so he kept charging at her. So she tried to pick his tooth again. You get what I'm saying? Stick with me, all right? So that didn't do it. He kept coming, and now he's ripping at her, tearing her clothes, knocking her glass off, ripping her hair out. So she keeps trying to get that, keep poking him, okay? She's in prison. Well, no, I think she might be out by now. Not because she was defending herself. They looked at it as, why did you have to keep poking him so many times? So the way that court case went, it was like, even though she didn't use as lethal method as a firearm, they looked at the way she was defending herself as cruel. I can't make this up. Anybody in the 2A community know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't make this up. It's certain, it's rocky. So that person was alive. Guess what? They didn't go to jail. The one that got poked. You know what ended up happening? He was able to sue her. She went to jail for being attacked. These laws is whack. No. When you're in training, you are to aim for center mass. And that is not to get some food unlodged from your throat. You are to aim for center mass. They do not train you to how to shoot people in the baby toe. They don't train you how to shoot somebody's finger off. No, if you have a firearm, I don't believe there's no training. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm open for it. I don't believe there's no trainer in America, at least, training you to wound people. Can anybody? Right. Oh, that's a good one, Free G. No warning shots either. That firing up in the air business, you're going to jail. All right, another case. This one, I don't know these people, but I followed this case and I'm still following it to this day. How many people heard of the case of the husband was trying to remove his wife from the earth? They were in the garage. She had her firearm. She didn't want him beating her no more because they had a history of domestic violence. And it's all on the police records, all on police files for years. She finally had a firearm. She still didn't want to plug him up. And she fired one in the air. Now, he already beat her, scratched her. She bleeding, she leaking, she limping into the garage. They told you the whole case, where I don't know why on God's green earth the court system did this to this poor woman. This woman leaking and limping into the garage. She still don't want to plug her husband. She just want to get away. She just leave me alone. So she popped one in the air. He stopped. And guess what? When the police came, they took her to jail. And she was in prison. Somebody tell me, please tell. I think either she's still in prison or they just released her probably this year. Please tell me the rest of that story, y'all. So when you have a firearm, you are not buying this. This is not a slingshot. It's not a slingshot. Ain't no one. It's the only warning shot is you better be sure what you're doing, what's behind your target, because the only warning shot is about to be You know, you about to sing them a lullaby. Say, I think she just got out this year. That's right, TLC. That's what I thought, because I've been following it for years. And so far, I think she done spent about 3 to 5 years in there already. And I don't think she free. I think she just out on an appeal or something, and it still ain't over yet. She originally got almost 50 years. DJC says it was horrible, because she still didn't want to plug the man that was trying. He literally told her, I'm going to remove you from this earth. He told her that. This is just savage, hard to digest. What's wrong with peace? Gail Jones, good luck to you, my friend. Gail Jones, what's wrong with peace? It's hard to digest. And what's so wrong with peace? This is just savage. You know why? Gail Jones, I'm going to tell you why this is savage. Because we're savages. All humanity. We're animals, just like what you see in the wild. One of us came up with the harebrained idea that we're superior to the rest of this stuff out here. We're different than the rest of this stuff out here. One of us came up with this harebrained idea that we're more civilized than the things that's crawling up and down the trees and jumping up and down in the ocean. We're no different. For instance, I'm going to prove this with scientific facts. Inside your body, inside your human body, your anatomy, I'm talking to you, every one of you. Inside your body, there's a war going on inside. There's a constant war going on inside. And this, I ain't gonna get into that because that's a whole nother video. There are things fighting things in your body on a regular basis, constantly. There are things eating other things inside your body, in your DNA, in your cells, all of it. There's a constant battle and war going on inside of all of us, every waking moment, every sleeping moment. So if constant war is going on inside your body, good cells versus bad cells, good DNA versus bad DNA, disease versus immune system. It's a constant battle. So what makes you think that the outside of you is any different than the inside of you? That's why we always get mad at everything. We emotional creatures. And it's from our DNA makeup. We look at this frame and think that this is you. This is not you. You made up of, listen, we are the host. And I think if everybody could think of it like this, they'd get it a little better. We're violent natured. Human beings, since the beginning of time, we're violent. If everybody thought of it like this, we are vessels. We are like a car. We don't do nothing until the operator gets inside and starts us up and drives. All of those, the DNA and the chromosome, we're just hosts. All of these things that live inside of us, we got worms that live inside of us. You got worms in your brain. I just seen something about a month ago about this woman was doing all kind of crazy stuff, right? All kind of crazy stuff. Her family was concerned. They thought she had, and when she went to the hospital, they thought she had a tumor or they thought she had cancer in her brain or aneurysm that was making her do weird stuff and say weird stuff. Her whole demeanor was just out of whack. She went in to what they thought was a tumor or aneurysm to have removed from her brain or operate on her brain. You know what they found? A worm. Go look it up. I can't make this up. They found a worm living in her brain. A worm. Like a tapeworm kind of worm. This worm, they found out, came from some sort of snake that leaves these worms and bacteria around in her garden or whatever she was doing. Don't quote me on that part. They found a worm in her brain. The worm was basically running her like a robot. They pulled the worm from her brain. She was back to normal like that. We got things living inside of us that make us do all kind of stuff. Cause inflammation, so on and so forth. So you're right. It is savage how humanity has become, or how it's always been, even in biblical times. Nothing changed. We just put in our head that we done made up our own hierarchy. I don't know where we pulled this from. We're supposed to be part of this landscape. We ain't supposed to be up here. We're part of this. And if we treated ourselves like we're part of it, it wouldn't be as violent. I'm gonna say that we're violent creatures, but we're more peaceful when we're one with the earth. Even the Native Americans, everything they did was being one with their landscape. They didn't take anything that they couldn't put back. They were one with the landscape. They were one with the planet. They were one with the world. And every time they took anything from it, they put something back. We don't do that anymore. So now, instead of us having to be violent to get peace, now we just have violence. Because we don't put anything back. We just take and take and take and take from this planet. After a while, there's nothing left. There's nowhere. All we got now is violence. But I'm going to touch on this and then I'm going to turn y'all loose. I was also told by a commenter that they said they used to watch my channel, and I understand that things change. They used to watch my channel, and they said I shouldn't be scaring people. That's why she stopped watching my channel, because I scare people too much. And they said I should be teaching people not to be what I wish I could say it perfectly like she said it. Basically, telling everybody about God instead of telling them the things that I tell them about this world. I didn't engage this lady because I don't think everybody need to be telling you who you are and what you should be doing about your faith and religion. Okay, so she was a Christian, right? So what about the Muslims? What should I be telling them? What about the Buddhists? What should I be telling them? What about the Hebrew Israelites? What should I be telling them? And see, you just can't pick and choose. It's not my place. I'm not qualified to be teaching you that. So that's like me half-assing it. Why would I do that? That's a sin upon myself. But I also wanted to tell her this. If I'm scaring people by telling you the absolute truth, good. If she said she stopped commenting years ago because I be scaring people. Evidently, the talk that I had the other day about the wars that's going on scared the hell out of her. Good, it scared you. And I'm going to tell you why it's good that it scared you. It's good that it scared you because I struck a nerve with you because I told you you need to get ready. You're not ready is the only reason you scared. Good that you scared. If I scare you by my speech when I'm telling the absolute truth, good. Maybe it'll make you get up and do something about it. I don't get it. Now, when I'm on here shucking and jiving and dancing around and joking, everybody want to eat that. But when I'm telling you the truth, scared, listen, she pissed her pantaloons about that. So, and that's the other thing too. Why I don't talk about religion like that. Number one, I'm not qualified for that. Number two is I gave this scenario a while back. Let's be honest with us. Come on. Be honest with me. I'll be honest with you. If you have two Christians, they both go to the same church. They both go to the same church on the same days. They both sit in the same seat away from each other, right next to each other. Both of those Christians will listen to that same pastor speak the same words out of the same scripture, out of the same book. When both of those Christians leave the church, they will have arguments about what that pastor said and what that scripture meant. So which one do you want? Which one of these people you want me to address? Which one of them should I be telling? And I'm trying to learn the Father's word myself. I'm not qualified to teach nobody about the word of God, and I never claimed to have done it. And I think, true story, most people are not qualified to be teaching the word of the Father. You're not. Look at what all this stuff these people do. I think your qualification, they just caught a pastor giving some woman a STD. I got that on the Breakfast Club. Gave a woman an STD that she'll never get rid of for the rest of her life. He's qualified to be teaching you the word of the Father. That's why I don't get into that. Listen, because religious leaders, this is why I don't talk about it, because religious leaders stay in the news for crimes just as much as crooked police and crooked politicians. That's why I don't mess with that. So who am I? I feel that I know what I'm doing. I'm qualified on what I'm talking about right now, saving your ass. Other than that, as far as saving your spirit, saving your soul, this is what, go read the Bible. If you want my advice, go read the Bible. Read it. That's all I got to say about it. If you want some teachings from me spiritually, go read the Bible and study it. I'm not going to get on what this scripture means. No, you are to read it and discern it for yourself. Not be up here watching this dude go to dancing around and stuff. And no, I'm not qualified for that. It's people that actually go to college, go to school for that, to learn, to be able to teach, to profess. I'm not qualified for that. And I think that all the people that do and they crooked with it, you're just as evil as the people that you're trying to stay away from. So, ma'am, with all due respect, if I scare you by me telling you the truth about what I say about getting prepared, good. Good. I'm glad I scared you. I'm glad you pissed yourself. Good. Because that means if you haven't talked to me or commented, you unsubscribed and everything from my channel, and you said you haven't watched me in over 2 years until that video, and it made you comment to me with a whole comment and email and everything. It made you. It forced you to. I must have scared you good. It ain't even Halloween yet. You know, Halloween is fake. Them are just costumes. That truth, boy, that truth hit you all up in here, right? Like congestion. That truth, boy, be burning like some hot liquor. It burns, man. You know, but anyway, I didn't want to get on that. I'm just here talking about protecting yourself and the rights and the wrongs. And hey, Shirley, Mr. Shirley OG, how you doing? Let me see. Right, you can't stick your Olivia says you can't stick your head in the sand and then be surprised when something happens in your life. Let me tell you something about that. Hey, Bougie Prepper, how you doing this morning? You know what's funny to me? What's funny to me is how many people just walking through life with no idea on the planet. You know what? This is what people remind me of. This is what folks remind me of. You know good and well you done overdrafted in your bank account. Stick with me. You done overdrafted in your bank account. You are scared to go and pull up your bank account. You scared to go to the bank and ask them. You scared to go get a balance. You don't want to open the app and check your bank account because you know it's bad. You don't know how bad, but you know it's bad, right? And you know it's going to be bad for a while until you get paid. Those are the people of the world walking around right now. Instead of you addressing it, say, okay, I owe $200 and a $30 fee for overdraft fee. And okay, how can I address it? I need to make some payments. I need to go talk to the bank manager, see if they can even take the $30 off because I didn't know nothing about it. Instead of people addressing the situation head on, they will let that overdraft fee accumulate over time because they just turn their head. They don't want to know. You know, Mario Winans, I don't want to know. They don't want to know. So they just turn their head. They won't think about it. Somebody cheating on you, spouse is cheating on you. You know they cheating on you because these 3X boxer drawers that you found under your pillowcase do not belong to you. Okay, these 3X drawers ain't yours. You wear like a 38 long. You know you ain't rocking no 3X drawers. So there is no question about this, okay? Like the first thing, the only question that you could possibly ask your wife if you find some 3X drawers in your bed and you wear a 38 long, the only question is you asking, is you supposed to be like dressing up as a clown for Halloween, a naked clown? If she asks you, why you say that? You know, because you found these big ass drawers in your bed. And the only thing you could put these on is with some suspenders and stuff them with some pillowcases and turn into a clown. If she don't say that, you got a problem. You know these ain't your drawers. She don't say nothing. Your homeboy said, hey man, you know your girl was with dude and I know him and he even videotaped it and sent it to me. Do you want to see this? Mm-mm. No, that ain't my girl. Bruh, this is her. And I see why you didn't want to leave a long time ago. He won't look. Oh. Dare I say it? Will Smith. I done said it. I done said it, damn it. Will, get out. People walk through life. Look, even the biggest entertainers on the planet. This man is a billionaire. Even he don't want to know. He need to listen. I bet you he go to work every day listening to Mario Winans. I don't want to know. Because look, man. What man in his right mind? Listen, I love Will Smith. I do. I respect him. I respected him. I gotta repeat that. I gotta change that. I respected the man. I did. Bruh. Ain't no man in his right mind, in his right damn mind, gonna be tolerating none of this. Now I was real different. I was wondering about what you had going on when you let them little kids come out dressed like that at that premiere of that one movie or whatever it was. I was like, well, some people got crazy kids. Even my kids go through had crazy phases. That was real crazy. And I would have been like, look, you stay home. Don't put that. If you wearing that, you stay to the house. But it's neither here nor there. Okay. People walk through life, act like nothing is wrong. This man been walking through life just like a lot of people. We all getting on wheel case, but we all walk through life like it's nothing wrong, like we okay, like nothing's going to happen. And people like that, we're actually watching the result of that live day-by-day broadcast about the Smith family. This is what most people are going through right now. You turn a blind eye, you turn your head to the truth of what's really going on, and you just end up looking like a damn fool. People is like, why should we carry firearms? You need to watch Crime Watch TV. For everybody that don't know that you need to be carrying a firearm, go watch Crime Watch TV and watch just, please, oh my goodness, just watch a couple of the breaking and entering videos. Just a couple. You don't got to get, listen, I'm going to tell you this. If you start watching Crime Watch TV, you're going to get addicted to the channel. Trust and believe, I'm subscribed, because all you need to do is watch about just two breaking and entering videos. I challenge you to two. Breaking and entering videos or jacking video. Somebody, let me clean that up. Whereas people are getting carjacked videos. Don't type in jacking. Type in carjacking. That, because that jacking, I did that once. It take you somewhere in the dark web that you don't belong unless you enter that. Okay, so type in carjacking. Watch what happened. Remember what I said. Remember, add car in front of jacking. It, because if you don't want to see that. You can't unsee that. Okay, so if you don't understand why everybody should at least have one in their home, you really need to watch that. If that still doesn't put you in a realistic standpoint, I will say a prayer for you and your family, because there is this is a different world. I understand now. The sagging pants and the hairdos and I'm old. And it's hard for me to keep reminding myself of that. I'm old now. This is not my world anymore. This is this new era's world. I grew up having to fight every opponent that I come in contact with. With these mugs got some scratches on them from some of them doggone battles I had to do for myself. When is the last fight you saw? I ain't talking about Mayweather. When is the last good street fight that you witnessed? One last good knuckle bust. You don't see them no more, man. Don't everybody knuckles all pretty? They get all manicured. They don't use these no more, man. They just use these. So if somebody stepped on somebody's shoe in the club, he got words about you stepping on his shoe. When you like, well, meet me outside then. Don't go out there. If you step on a dude's shoes, even the ladies, I can't just say the dudes. You step on somebody's shoe, woman or man, and he got beef with you, he want to put some work on you, and he said, well, come on outside, let's see you talk that stuff. Don't go out there. Don't go out there. Go to the DJ booth and ask him to call you an Uber for the back door. And that ain't being no punk. That look, hey, like, man, I ain't playing no records right now. It's not that. Could you please call 911 for me and an Uber? See that dude? Yeah. You talking about Big Rock? Yeah. I stepped on his shoe, bro. Oh, my bad. People don't use these no more. You will go outside the club and end up being a stain on the sidewalk. So ain't nobody ready to throw these no more at all. Look, people is getting mad everywhere. That little, y'all hear about that prank? Them pranks, them little pranksters. Y'all, I hate you little too. I hate y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. You pranksters out there pranking, I you. For us, even social media, even supporting that kind of foolishness, I hate you, man. These pranksters to me are the scum of the earth on social media. They're the scum of social media, pranksters. They caught that dude, that Uber Eats driver in the mall, and I ain't gonna laugh about it. They caught that Uber Eats driver in the mall, and they was putting a phone all in his face, doing some old crazy prank stuff. And that Uber Eats driver kept saying, stop, man, stop, leave me alone, leave me alone. Paya. Plugged him. He let them Glock wallers off the leash. Plugged him like an empty bottle of wine. They put the cork back in him. They play too much, man. This is not the world for pranks. You know, Growing up, the prank we did, put the bucket of water over the door. When they open the door, touche. Now, man, where they acting like they robbing you and stuff. I can't stand pranksters, man. But I'm just telling you, don't prank me, because see that Uber Eats driver plugged you up like an old bag of wine. It's gonna be more of these. This is like the third or fourth prankster that done got plugged up for playing too much. So the pranksters is out here and they thinking it's funny so they can get views and stuff, and not knowing, man, look here, I got more on my hip than some meat. You better get away from me. This ain't the days where I could just, and then if you turn around and you slug the doggone prankster, you get in trouble. You go to jail. Nah, man. So let me see. Lisa said they need training though. I saw a lady swinging around a firearm with no safety on, like it was a set of keys. I've seen that too. No training whatsoever. I think everybody should have, first thing you should do is go get trained. Next thing you should do is go get a 12 gauge. And then after that, I say Glock 19. This is part of the prepping some don't want to talk about. Gina versus Gina. How you doing, my sister? You are so right. You are so doggone right. Thank you for that. You are right. This is the part about the prepping. Everybody want to store food. Everybody want to can. Everybody want to garden, but don't nobody want to know how to protect this stuff. It always tells me one thing. Hey, fat guy with guns. What's up, Zach? What's going on, brother? If anybody need to contact any of the firearm enthusiasts and instructors that I mentioned earlier in this video, please go to my friend here, Fat Guy with Guns. That's Zach, Fat Guy with Guns. Go to his channel, and he's going to send you to all the people that I named in this live stream to help you out and learn more about firearms. Because people walking around without them right now is almost like perfect. People walking around these days, and y'all quote me on this, quote me. People walking around without a firearm on their hip is the same as walking around without a cell phone. Quote me. Quote me. Everybody, quote that however you want. Tell them Lead Farmer told you. Walking around without a firearm today is like walking around without a cell phone. It's almost impossible. You can't get anything taken care of. You can't get anything done. Walking around in 2023 without a firearm is like walking around without a cell phone. It's almost unheard of. If you ask somebody, do you have a cell phone? And they actually say no, you look at them like this. What's wrong with you? You do. Tell me I ain't lying. You look at somebody, if they say, oh, because I live off grid, we don't do cell phones or nothing. Even though they live off grid, even if they live off grid, that's not crazy. But you don't got a cell phone. They could say they don't got no running water. They don't got no electricity. They doo-doo in a hole in the backyard. None of that bother you. But when you say, I ain't got no cell phone either. Something wrong with this one. Tell me I'm lying. So I promise you, walking around these days without a firearm is like walking around without a cell phone. You will need it. You may not need it right now, but you will need it. And here's the other thing, family, that I don't want to misconstrue nobody with. As far as firearms, because I've only talked about one side of it. The side that I talked about was this. Protecting yourself from human beings. I talked about protecting yourself from humans, from aggressors. I forgot, I left out, man, raccoons, rabbit coyotes, rabbit wolves, bears. I'm leaving the best part for last. I don't carry my firearms on my land or this land because I'm too worried about people. Even here, I'm not worried about people so much. I've seen things out here on my cameras, and I'm going to show y'all too, because you ain't going to believe me unless I show you. I've seen things and I've heard things out here, even lady led. Look, this is how crazy it is. This is my word. It was garbage night. You know, the garbage man come the next day. My son didn't get the dang on garbage out. I come into the kitchen and realize, man, the garbage ain't out. I look up at the curb. He ain't took the garbage out the kitchen, and he ain't took the garbage up to the street for the man to get in the morning because he comes early. It was about, because I'm about to go to bed when I noticed it. It's about 11 o'clock. Now, did I go up there and fuss at my son? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I did not make my son go out there in the middle of the night to go take that can to the curb. Anybody else, back in the old days, you could probably do that. Today, so I said, instead of, man, get that garbage out to the street. What's wrong with you? You got one job. I didn't do that. I did do the one job thing. But set your alarm right now for 5 a.m. soon as the sun come up, because I want you out of this bed and getting that garbage up to the road. That's what I did. I don't let my son go outside in the middle of the night because some of the animals I done seen here at my house and they foaming at the mouth. You wouldn't believe it. I done plugged a couple of them. On my land, I told y'all about that cat situation. Man, everybody thought that was cute and it was funny at first. But man, when you see about 20 cats, and they hissing at you, they ain't house cats, man. These cats done turned back into cougars. You could, you know how they say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife? You can't turn no house cat. I mean, you can't turn you can turn a house cat into a lion. You let them go outside and be raised outdoors for a while. How many people done had a cat and it escaped and ran outside? Your cat was gone for probably 3 months. Then all of a sudden it showed up on your porch. Oh, Scruffles is back. Oh, Scruffles, we missed you. I told you we shouldn't replace Scruffles. Come on in, Scruffles. Scruffles hiss at you. She got a damn bat in her mouth. She ain't coming in your house. She just came to holler at y'all. She ain't trying to be on the couch in your house and pooping in this little pan of clay pellets. Nah, son. She done tasted where she really belong. When you let a cat free, hell, if you let a dog free, they turn back into wolves. If you let, how many people lived in the hood one time or another in your life? Because I'm going to tell you mine. Do you remember back in the day, I'm going to say in the 70s and 80s, the 90s, it kind of start clearing up a little bit. And I'm talking about anywhere USA. It was used to just be packs of wild dogs in our neighborhood. Packs of them. So walking to school, my mama didn't just say, watch out for strangers, don't take no wooden nickels. She also said, watch out for that pack of dogs. I seen it coming up the street yesterday. The neighbors would talk. Did y'all say, Veronica, you see that pack of dogs? Yeah, girl, I seen that pack of dogs. Where the kids at? Oh, they in my backyard. I'm watching them. How many people now? Come on. Back in my day, growing up, there was packs of wild dogs. I don't know where they came from or what happened to them. They're just packs, just like the wilderness, and they will kill you. That's the part. They will take you out. So, if you leave a dog or a cat out here in this wilderness that long, it will turn. They don't need to go generational to turn back wild. All they need is 1 week out there in the woods. 1 week. They don't got to go generation before they start their wolf DNA start coming back. No, not even a little bit. Let your dog Pickles, let your dog named Pickles go out there and get lost in the woods for 1 week. Next time you see Mr. Pickles will turn into a whole werewolf on you. You won't even recognize him no more. His hair be all matted. Pieces of him is missing. A piece of his ear done been bit off, and his teeth is longer for some reason. You see his tail is bit off and pinched off like a Doberman pincher, and he was a Labrador. You will see. Let Mr. Pickles out there in the woods for a week. So people was like, oh, look at Cowcat. She's so cute. Cowcat was a monster. Cowcat was a monster. All them cats I had on land. Y'all don't hear nothing else about them cats, do you, on my land? People kept saying, Leah, whatever happened to cow cat? That's all I can do. I'm just saying. Telling you, man, you better keep one on you, because when you out here, it ain't just about the people want to get you. It's stuff to live in your neighborhood. It's stuff to live in these woods. I'm going to leave that right there. I ain't going to go no further. All right. Or you might just want to catch a meal. I don't know. That's what people, homesteaders, call fast food. Keisha say, I remember our neighbors used to warn us about the pack of pets gone wild. Exactly. It'll be a pack of dogs, you know, and my dumb ass end up being a mailman. You know how many times I encountered that here in South Carolina? Pack of wild dogs. Sometimes the packs ain't as big as they used to be when I was growing up. Now it'll just be two dirty ass Rottweilers or something. For some reason, pit bulls like to hang with like Chihuahuas and pocket dogs. Don't they? Y'all know people buy them pocket dogs. Like Paris Hilton dogs. They like to put in book bags and stuff. It's always a big ass Rottweiler with a pocket dog terrorizing the neighborhood on my mail route. Like this don't even, you can't take them seriously until they got their teeth in your leg, because the pit bull, you scared of him, but for some reason it softens the blow in your mind when you see the pocket dog with him. Like, what is that going to do? The pocket dog, the reason why the pit bull and the Rottweiler hang with the little pocket dogs and Chihuahua is because the little dog distracts you. Why the big dog, the big dog is the one to get you. They're the distraction. See, they smart. They turn back into hood dogs, wilderness dog, werewolves. Even if they that big, them little pocket dogs, they turns into little werewolves too. All right. Anyway, I didn't want to go on this long. Like I said, I was going to try. I didn't say I wasn't. I said I was going to try. But for everybody that didn't understand my community post, let's get back to that. Please educate yourself. I'm not even saying you have to own one. Educate yourself. That's the part of our society. Well, why our society is so messed up? We only educate our things about things that engage us immediately. That is ignorance. We only educate ourselves about things right here in our face. Your family household, your family rules, your race. We don't educate ourselves on other locations, other cities, other states, other cultures. And it's so ignorant when I hear people say something ignorant about another culture, another race, and they lump you all in together. Think about that. The ignorance. I'm not saying you need to go live with a tribe in Africa in the wilderness to understand them. I'm not saying you need to go move to the projects and get on welfare so you can understand why we love government cheese. I'm just saying you need to educate yourself on these situations so you can be a little bit more empathetic, which will bring you to be more sympathetic about their situation, because everybody don't ask to be in these situations. I'm not asking you to move out on the bus stop with the rest of the homeless people to really get an understanding of what they do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you need to educate yourself. Like some of these people got platforms where they're going around asking people, how exactly did you end up here? Watch a full length of some of those videos and you'll be like, wow, I thought they were just a dopehead. No. Some people get off the Greyhound bus and was supposed to be picked up by their uncle, found out their uncle just died, find out that their aunt that was married to their uncle, that ain't blood relative. She don't want to have nothing to do with her. Matter of fact, she can't stand her. Now that the uncle dead, she can't stand her, don't want to have nothing to do with her. Now the niece is stuck in the middle of Atlanta, Georgia, with no way home. And she don't got no other family besides her uncle that she was coming to live with. That's a true story. The ignorance. And we'll think, oh, she's just a dopehead. She out here living on the streets. You know what they do. It don't always happen that way. People don't ask for some of these situations they end up in. Right? So it's the ignorance. Let's educate ourselves. I think everybody is pretty up to date on educating themselves on twerking. I think we can give the research on twerking a rest. I'm just saying. I think everybody know. I done seen babies in Pampers trying to twerk. I think we've all been educated. I don't think we need no more lessons on how to twerk upside down, sideways, nothing, on cars, on rooftops. I think we're done with that. It's time to move on to something a little bit more tasteful. I just do. I think educating ourselves on each other, one another, our cultures, our races, our beliefs and religions. It's a whole war going on over there. Just because, man, I don't like what you do. You don't like what I do. But you don't like what I do more. So you going to beat me up because I don't like what you do. I don't like what you say. So you going to beat us up? Ignorance, man. Somebody asked me, what side am I on? I ain't on no side. I hate war. It's a waste of human life to me. It's a waste of human life. So I'm not on no side. When it comes to that, I hate it, man. What a waste. What a waste. You know, good people gone for no reason. A lot of people for no reason. All because you don't believe what I believe, or you don't want what I want. Your goals ain't my goals. That ain't no reason to hate me, like the lady that did the comment on me. Ma'am, I didn't make you do anything. She said, here, okay, I just remembered a piece that she did say. She said, Lead Farmer, there are some of your viewers that hang on your every word. And you should be a little bit more responsible than that. I agree to a point. That I am being responsible by telling you the absolute truth. Now, here's the problem I have with that statement. If you're hanging on to my every word, you need to go pick up a Bible, because that's where you're messing up. That goes for everybody. If you hanging on my every word like she said she was doing, and that's why she stopped, you the fool. Hanging on my every word like I'm God, you are making a grave mistake, not me. I'm telling the truth. But the only word you should be hanging on every word of is the word of the Father and his Son. That's just what, you know. I'm just saying. I don't want to be put in the position of a God. That's not me. And sometimes people cross the line with that. So when she said that kind of, I felt bad for her, because I don't think people should be just leaning on my every word. So with that being said, everybody, please educate yourself on firearms and protection of your land and your homestead and your normal house and property. This ain't the same world no more. Ain't nobody stepping up to do this. Everybody saw Friday. Everybody saw Friday with Ice Cube. And remember when Pops was like, no, use these. I think if the movie Friday came out today, I think Craig would have came in like this and Pops would have been like, no, come here. You go with this. Live to play another day. That's what Pops would have said if the movie Friday came out today. Craig would have came in there with Debo with these, and his pop would, no. Come here. He would have gave it to him. Because this is a new world. Ain't nobody getting their knuckles bloody no more. Remember the song, people don't dance no more. All they do is this. All they do is this. All they do is this. Oh, people don't dance no more. All they do is this, right? Ain't no different. Ain't no different. People don't dance no more. All they do is this. All they do is this. All they do is this. People don't dance no more. All they do is this. That's how it is now. This is 2023. Y'all can take that dance to the club. Tell them I sent you. All right? People don't dance no more. All they do is this. So, anyway, I'm going to get out of here and leave y'all alone. And for the lady that commented and emailed me with that stuff, ma'am, I'm not sorry I scared you. You should be scared if you're not prepared. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Mayor Goldie Wilson. You know what? You should be scared if you're not prepared. I said it. Put it on a shirt and stamp it. You should be scared if you're not prepared. If you're not prepared, you should be scared. Tell them Lead Farmer sent you. With that being said, Lead Farmer 73, I love all y'all. Protect your neck, all right? And I'm out. Oh, and from now on, I gotta leave my videos like this. Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim, what happened to peace? Peace, 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 peace. Everybody, peace. Matter of fact, don't leave without writing peace. Throw them up or write it. Peace. Everywhere. Peace. Eric B. and Rakim, what happened to peace? Peace. Don't leave me without saying peace. I'm sick of fighting, man. I'm sick of fighting. I'm sick of arguing. I'm sick of going back and forth with people. Just peace, man, please. Leave me alone. Peace. I'm a peaceful man. I just want peace. Throw it up, y'all, please. 500 people in here. Just throw a peace sign. Your 2 fingers, write the word peace. Whatever. The peace symbol, I don't care. Peace. Put a slice of pie as a piece of pie. I don't care. Peace. Throw it up. This is what this world is messed up, man. And while we throwing up the peace sign, I'm going to leave with this. While we throwing up the peace sign, everybody, I got a serious question to ask for all the people that's scared about everything I'm telling them. If every country is at war, where can you run? Where you don't need a firearm? Where will you run to as a refugee if every country is going to war? Where are you going? Refugees is running here. But now we about to go at it. Where's everybody going to run if every country is at war? Use your freaking head. If you're not prepared, you should be scared. Lead Farmer 73, I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace.